Hi, my name is Austin Ball, and I chose Hamlet's soliloquy out of Act 4, Scene 4, lines 32 through 66. I chose this because Hamlet talks about having the willpower and motivation to take revenge on his father's death, but never really gets around to doing it just yet. I relate to this through school. While I sometimes have the motivation and ability to do an assignment, then I usually end up finding myself in a pit of not being able to get around to it. Just before, on to what happens before his soliloquy. Um, the Fort Bras sends a captain to Hamlet to ask permission to pass through the land and to take a small piece of land from Poland. Hamlet doesn't really give a yes or no answer. He just kind of in the soliloquy, he just kind of talks about how the whole situation is just really pointless. Then he goes on to talk about how Fortinbras's 20,000 men marching to their death for no real reason, just for a little bit of fame, for land that isn't really even big enough to bury them all. For the play, this means that Hamlet might actually follow through with killing King Claudius. And in the real world, this can motivate people to pursue on their desires, which isn't always going to end up really good.
How all occasions do inform against me, and spur my dull revenge. What is a man, if his chief good and market of his time but be to sleep and feed a beast no more? Sure, he that which has made us such large discourse, looking before and after, gave us not that capability and godlike reason to frustrate in us unused. Now, whether it be bestial oblivion or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on event, a thought which courted hath but one part wisdom and ever three parts coward, I do not know. Sith I have caused and will and strength and means to do't. Examples gross as earth exhorts me. Witness this army of such great mass in charge, led by a delicate and tender prince, whose spirit and divine ambition puffed, makes mouths at invisible event, exposing what is immortal and unsure to all that fortune, death, and danger dare, even for an eggshell. Rightly to be great is not to stir without great argument, but greatly to find coral in a straw, when honor's at the stake. How stand I then, that have a father killed, a mother stained, and let all sleep? While to my shame, I see the imminent death of 20,000 men, that for a fantasy and trick of fame go to their graves like beds, fight for a plot whereon the numbers cannot try the cause, which is not tomb enough, and content to hide the slain. Oh, from this time forth my thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth.